what happened in 2019.
But wasn't too lengthy, but it didn't necessarily need to be. And I thought for what they did in there, I actually enjoyed this.
Yeah,
I actually thought this is a good match.
It was fine. It was all right. I wouldn't call it a no holds barred match if you're just gonna do that. I would just.
It's more like no disqualification.
Yeah, I would have just said it like that.
Yeah.
But I did think it was cool. I never thought I would ever see this, but father and son,
Yeah.
6-1, double 619.
No, that was a great moment together.
Dominic doing the Fox splash. Probably should work on that a little bit though.
I didn't think it was bad, but he didn't do it like Ray does it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect him to, but.
Yeah, some people try to say he did how Eddie does it, which is saying, well, he was his Puffy, so.
Yeah, then that's where that shirt came from, people.
Yeah, so then that bringing back that whole angle, but so I never thought I'd see Rey Mysterio and Dominic do a 619 together in the ring, but you could tell he's training though, because he could sell actually pretty good.
He can sell pretty good. I didn't think he did I think he didn't do the 619 bad either. I don't think.
He did a good 619. Yeah, so I'm interested to see how he turns out, because they say he's training and he wants to be, I guess, a wrestler. So I'm interested to see how he does. I wonder how soon it's going to be.
I really hope that this is not a one and done too.
This one I could see as that though.
I could probably see it, but like I'm a huge Rey Mysterio guy, and so I just don't want him to get, because I already know. Okay, you had your one title match. You did what you had to do. Okay, now you're gonna go back on the line, and we don't know what to do with you.
Yeah, which I could see that being the case too. But yeah, I thought this was good. That's definitely the highlight of that, and that was probably one of the best spots, best moments of the night. Honestly, just that double 619 with Dominic and Ray, and
it was basically a win-win for everybody, I would say, because Ray and Dominic had that father-son moment.
Yeah. And then Brock won, which I figured that was the only way it could go. I mean, I couldn't imagine otherwise. But I like this. I went ahead and gave it 3 stars.
Oh, and overall, I definitely like how they did this feud. Overall, it was definitely sold.
Yeah, no, and you can see the video package going into it and everything. I'm like, yeah, this is actually done pretty good. I said it wasn't super lengthy, but they need to be. I mean, some matches, like when he's like against certain people, I'd kind of prefer to have a little bit of time, but in this case, I was kind of like, you know what? I mean, it's Rey Mysterio. He's got so much like there's such a big size mismatch, and on top of that, and I mean, there's only so much they can do really with it, and so I thought they did it fine.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see what is next.
Now I get why they made a no holds barred, or they I guess added that to that because they wouldn't be able to do the Dominic spot.
Right.
Well, unless the referee was taken out, but
yeah, but the referee won't know what's going on.
Yeah. So that was that. So I like that match. And then finally we have the main event. We had the Champions Triple Threat match with the NXT, with the women. We had the NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, and the SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. I definitely liked that they gave them the main event of the show. I mean, they were on the pay-per-view poster, all 3 of them.
Yep.
So I definitely liked that. On the other hand, though, it wasn't the greatest match ever. Well, it just seemed like the chemistry wasn't like necessarily there. It just seemed like the crowd wasn't into it whatsoever. The crowd wasn't really giving them anything to feed off of.
No, there really wasn't. I don't really remember any memorable spots too. No,
like that. I remember something where Becky kind of got thrown on the announce table.
Oh, well,
that's just getting thrown on the announce table. I mean, like, if that's like the thing I'm remembering most outside of like the finish, then that's. I mean, and we're not. And this is like us like reviewing this like really like after it happened.
We are just
so it's like there's not really too many great things I could say about this.
We were discussing off camera that both triple threat matches main event for the women weren't great.
I mean, I'm glad that they gave him. I'm glad they gave it to him, and glad they gave him the opportunity. And I mean, this
And think about this.
When I see this on paper, like the Mania main event, I mean, like this is the match I probably am most into. It's just sad that unfortunately it just didn't click.
Think about this. Becky Lynch was part of both of those.
Yeah, but she, and of course, Shayna Baszler, I guess, just getting to it right here. She would pick up the win. She'd make Bayley submit, and which was mentioned in the previous week's show. If that's what they're going to end up doing, because I knew Becky was not going to lose. I actually was kind of glad that Shayna won. Mm-hmm. I thought that Becky could win, but
at that point though, there's no point for all one anyway.
True,
because
I'm pretty sure they're going to do. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that match as like a 1-on-1, like down the road. So.
Yeah, but I think it's still, since SmackDown came closer. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to target more at SmackDown. So,
perhaps, but I mean, especially with the. Oh, sorry, I cut you off.
Because especially SmackDown at least needed that victory in order to tie.
Yeah, and then so Shane would get the win, and then Becky would attack her basically after the match, wear her out. So that basically tells you that at some point they're going to do it.
Oh yeah,
down the road, they're definitely going to do it. But that, and they just did it so she'd stand tall at the end, I guess you could say.
Which I don't know. I thought, since Shayna Baszler is buddy with Ronda Rousey,
I thought at one point that may have her intervene, or
that too. And Becky Lynch has been stealing her catchphrases. Mm-hmm. There's whole thing.
Yeah, so I thought that might start something there. So I guess you could say kind of a disappointment there, but I gave this 2.5. The one thing I will say about the pay-per-views is we did say how for the big four, the main four this year, like with Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Mania, Survivor Series, going out of order, it doesn't matter though. And I did say that I think they pretty much got those right. Although I will say, you can go back and forth between 2018, 2019, which one was worse. I guess they were worse in their own ways. I don't know if there's really a definitive answer to that. But I guess in terms of pay-per-view main events, this is by far like the weakest year, like all time. I don't see how you can dispute otherwise.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And also, again, what we stated before is that out of all the big four this year, I'd probably rank this on the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I still thought it was good, and I liked it, but
to me, it goes for this year. It goes Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
I would agree with that order probably as well. But I liked the show. And obviously NXT TakeOver the night before was way better, but
they only had 4 matches.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, but I will say at least they had a good show for me tonight or last night, whatever. I guess whatever you could say.
This is Monday afternoon that we're recording this, so it is technically so it's last night.
Yeah, but I mean, however this show is going to be perceived. I mean, we some nights we're going to get to it on Sunday nights, some nights we're going to do it the following day, whatever works. But
it's a guarantee on a Monday.
Yeah, so that's the thing. But so I lost what I was saying.
That happens.
What was I saying? So I said pay-per-view main event. Oh yeah, we're talking about the order of the shows.
Yeah.
So okay. Now I'm back. So they NXT TakeOver the night before was obviously better. I mean, it always is, but at least in this case, you can say that they did not follow up with like a dud of a show the following night. So at least they followed up with a good show or
decent
for you, but at least it wasn't like a complete like disaster.
No, it's not like I'm like, why am I watching this shit? It's just like you could have just done something better.
So I mean, at least at least there's that. I mean this. I'm not disappointed with this show.
Look, they still went the right direction. They still did the right direction, the right thing, and make an NXT win brand warfare.
Yeah, and they put them over. So that's almost as that alone is enough for me. But so this is Survivor Series 2019. This is our review and recap, JNC. So make sure to follow our social medias. Make sure to follow JNC Radio on Twitter and Instagram at JNC_radio. like our official Facebook page. Be sure to listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Google Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spreaker.com. So just be sure to listen. Be sure to spread the word. Be sure to share, like, retweet, whatever. Be sure to. Oh God, I do this every show.
Our Facebook page?
Oh no, I did say that. I do this every show. You think I'd have it down by now? Maybe it's because I say it so much. Maybe that's what it is. But
and it's too much to take in.
Yeah, it really is. But I just have to. It's just something I do, and it's just something I just gotta kind of push. But as I said, if you guys have any suggestions for anything for us to do, or you'd like to see us do, cover, review, whatever, feel free to suggest. We're open to anything.
And don't forget to follow us on our official
handles. That's another great place to drop suggestions, whether that be DM or even add us, or whatever you feel is best.
Twitter, Instagram at JPMRocker98.
Twitter for me, CG Smarts.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have we do have some cool things we'd like to get to. More, definitely expect at some point. I know we've been trying to get those rewinds out there, but we just haven't been able to really come across and get to them. But yeah, try to stay tuned for those. Remember, those will be available on Sundays when they do drop and when they do happen. Rumble's around the corner, so I mean, maybe that could be something we do. But as I said, if there's anything you want to hear us or see us do, then make sure to just feel free to suggest and just drop any ideas. So that's all we got for you today. JNC Radio WWE Survivor Series 2019 review and recap. Hope you liked and enjoyed it. And signing off. Peace out.
Peace.